We are getting to our last presentation. This is going to be from the action network called Dairy Asia. And the title is Dairy Asia for Health and Prosperity. It's a general scope of what they're doing in this action network based in Mongolia. So the speaker is Bajarbaknai Batbatar. Recently he recently has accepted the position of coordinator of this action network, and so thank you for being here, Bajarbaknai. The floor is yours.
Hello everyone. Thank you, Eduardo. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can. We can see. We can hear you.
Okay. Can you see my presentation?
Use the presentation mode in the presentation, please.
Presentation mode.
Yeah.
No. Okay.
Right there. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. First of all, thank you, Eduardo and Fritz, for giving me an opportunity to introduce Dairy Asia on this session. So I will introduce you Dairy Asia very brief. What is Dairy Asia and what we are doing and what we are planning to do for next. And as you see here, Dairy Asia for health and prosperity. And you can see here our the partners, the knowledge partners, the FAO GASL, the Global Agenda for Sustainable Livestock, AFCA, IDF, and International Livestock Research Institute, and DSF and IFCN. So we are collaborating on those institutions internationally. So on this slide, you can see very brief in Asia. So we are Dairy Asia, so we need to understand strategically the Asia as continent. So it will help us to plan, to see the next. So Asia is the largest continent, as you know. About 60% of world population is living in Asia. And Asia is very multicultural, very ancient, and world major religions have their origins in Asia. We have in Asia 48 countries, so Asia is also a very emerging market, economically, of course, and Asia accounts for about 40% of world milk production. So if you see, only about 60% of world population and about 40% of milk production come from Asia. Only these two numbers will give you the thoughts. Okay, the next, Dairy Asia. Dairy Asia is the multi-stakeholder partnership of willing partners committed to visioning and building sustainable dairy sector in Asia and Pacific region. The partnership is voluntary and functions on the principles of consensus and mutual respect. So Dairy Asia is working very collaboratively and the transparent, I would say that. It's very flexible. And our vision is the socially and environmentally responsible Asian dairy sector that enhances rural livelihoods, improves nutrition, and contributes to economic prosperity. We are seeing that for the future as our vision. So you can see our membership. Nowadays we have 13 countries as a member in Dairy Asia: Afghanistan, Bangladesh, Bhutan, China, India, Indonesia, Mongolia, Myanmar, Nepal, Philippines, Sri Lanka, Thailand, and Vietnam. Our slogan is an Asian glass of milk for every Asian child. And the Dairy Asia Secretariat Office has been established in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia in last year, 2020, supported by the government of Mongolia and UNFAO, as well as the GASL and APCA. Next, you can see on the map, I have colored the Dairy Asia membership in light blue color. And the membership, the 13 countries are our members. We are on this slide. You can see the governance. We have the steering committee. Currently, we have the 12 members from the member countries, as well as the knowledge partners and sponsors. We have the Secretariat Office in Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. We have the national focal points. The next slide I will introduce in detail. And also we have the technical working groups. So in this year, we will establish 1 or 2 technical working groups newly. And our functions are to facilitate the knowledge and the information exchange. Of course, we are the platform. So we need to facilitate the knowledge and to make information exchange so easily between the member countries. And we are working on the supporting the institutional development, also the supporting the policy and the strategy to the member countries, and advocating for investment and partnerships, and facilitating the collaborative research and development activities in the member countries, as well as to the regional. Here we have the national focal points. I would mention here 2 things. The first is that our membership is very voluntarily based. You can see here from some countries we have the government organizations are the focal points. For example, from Afghanistan, Indonesia, Sri Lanka, Mongolia, Myanmar, Bhutan, example. From those member countries, we have the government organizations as the focal points. From the China, India, Nepal, Vietnam, from those countries, we have the NGOs. So it shows that we have very flexible membership on the very voluntarily based. Next slide shows that our pillars of the Dairy Asia sustainability framework. We have 10 pillars. Those pillars very collaborated to the SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals. To save my time, I will not read all of those the pillars. So next, I would like to introduce you the planning, what we are planning in the future, in the next 1 or 2 years. The first, we will expand to the Asia, to Northeast Asia, Central Asia, Western Asia, and the Southeast Asia. When we look at the membership, the Mongolia, China, and South Asian and Southeast Asian countries are our members. So we are planning to get the Northeast Asia, the Koreas and the Japan. We want to take them as our members. And we are also looking at the Central Asia, the Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, Kyrgyzstan, and Tajikistan, those countries. Very special countries, and they have very special dairy sectors. So we want to work them in a cooperation. And also we are look at the Western countries. They have very unique dairy sector, especially the milk production from the camel livestock. So when we look at dairy Asia activities and the functions, we are mostly concentrating or focusing on the cow milk, the cattle, the cow milk production and the cattle livestock. So when we look at the Asia has the very special the dairy sectors. So we need to focus on the milk production of the yak, camel, goat, sheep, as well as the mare milk. As I mentioned that when we look at the Asia in geographically as the continent, so for example, yak, right? The milk production of the yak. Those countries, they have the very unique yak livestock sector. For example, China, Mongolia, India, Nepal, Bhutan, Myanmar, Afghanistan, Pakistan example. We want to cooperate. We want to cooperate with those countries, and we want to develop to these countries the sector. Or when we look at the camel, the milk production of the camel, the Western Asian countries, they have very special, very cultural camel livestock sector. So we are dairy Asia, so we need to get them. We will try that. And next step to plan of our initiative is that to increase the private sector participations. When we look at the dairy, the milk value chain, so we need to increase the private sector participation. So we are working on the proposals, dairy as a socially responsible partners. When we look at the biggest 20 dairy companies around the world, the companies come from the Asian continent. So we will work with them. And next is that Dairy Asia will announce the goodwill ambassadors for public awareness on milk consumption and production. It's very, very important, very important. We are focusing on the milk production side. But when you look at the Dairy Asia is for the health. The milk is very nutritious food. So we need to focus on the milk consumption as well. I think most of us are the dairy experts, I think. So we know that we are celebrating two global international days, for example, World Milk Day or World School Milk Days. So Dairy Asia Goodwill Ambassadors will very cooperatively work on those celebration days, cooperate with the private sector. So, and we are working on the Dairy Asia Trust Fund. It's very beginning, Steve, very beginning. We are trying to move the first step here, the Asia Trust Fund. We know that around the world there are a lot of institutions, the financial institutions, they are supporting to the livestock sectors. But there is a trust fund. We are more focusing on the R&D, research and development on the milk production. We are working on that. It's a very new thing. And of course, the regional, international, and bilateral cooperation in Asia dairy sector is very important. Dairy Asia is the platform. So we will promote, we will support the cooperations in the Asian dairy sector. Of course, between member countries as well as the institutions and knowledge partners. So we are planning those activities. So that's my presentation. I wanted to introduce you, and thank you very much. Okay, if you have any question, and I will be here. Okay, thank you, Eduardo.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I know that you have recently joined the Asia and probably just getting acquainted with everything. So you did an excellent job giving us the scope of the Asia and also an outlook of what you're looking at. So would you like to give any additional comments or questions to any of the presenters today? I think this is a very good opportunity, having a very diverse group of people connected right now, to obtain feedback from you for the Action Network's work. If you don't have specifics, maybe you can give us generalities, because we're looking at how to improve the work of Action Networks all the time. And if this is a good opportunity to hear from you. Some of you users, others are just observers or contributors to the Action Network work. So please go ahead. Any feedback you would like to give us?
Okay. Thank you.
I don't see any hands, but you can also use the chat to give us feedback.
Okay, I don't see any hand raised. And
all right.
okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Eduardo. And at the same time, the IFCN conference is going on.
Okay.
So, okay. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yes, thank you. And also, thank you everybody for joining this afternoon. Please keep enjoying the virtual platform we have set up for you. There are many booths, around 15 booths in the expo hall, which are displaying a big amount of materials, films, posters, and resources that you may find useful in your different operations, in your different professional activities. So please stay with us and enjoy this media day that it is precisely for that. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Is somebody speaking there? No? Okay.
Thank you, Eduardo.
So thank you, everybody. Have a great day, night, or evening, morning. Thank you for being here today. And we hope to count of you tomorrow. We're going to have a very interesting panel tomorrow on the ways in which we can embrace collaboration and synergies to foster livestock sector change. We're going to feature the participation of Tanawat Tiensing. Ambassador Tiensing is the CFS chair here in Italy. We will have also Jimmy Smith from ILRI, Alexandra Diataid from the International Feed Industry Federation, and Nidya Godje as from Antra, India, with two keynote speakers, Badi Besbes, Secretary of the Subcommittee on Livestock in FAO, and also Tanawat Tiensin from CFS. So we will wait and see you we hope to see you tomorrow. We will also have a session tomorrow on what is next for the global agenda, and we would like to have your inputs here. So have a good day, and have a good evening, have a good morning. Bye-bye.
Thank you, you too, Eduardo. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Very much all.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, thank you.
Thank
See you
you.
next
Bye.
time.